People in Florida are rushing to get to safety as Hurricane Milton head towards the state. We have the latest on this powerful storm.
The hurricane could cause problems for UNT's football team. We'll explain why it might impact their travel plans this weekend. If you want to get scared during spooky season, there's a fun and frightening opportunity at the Parker House here in Denton. We'll take you behind the scenes.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV News at Noon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining ntTV News at Noon. I'm Elisa Bender.
And I'm Landry Brady. Hundreds of thousands of people in Florida are rushing to evacuate before Hurricane Milton makes landfall tomorrow. The storm has weakened slightly, but it is still expected to cause widespread damage. CNN's Ivan Rodriguez has the latest on the hurricane and the evacuation efforts.
This is literally catastrophic, and I can say without any dramatization whatsoever, if you choose to stay in one of those evacuation areas, you're going to die.
Dire warning from the mayor of Tampa as authorities beg people to evacuate ahead of Hurricane Milton.
This hurricane's pushing me out.
Many heeding the message. Florida highways have been crammed with what some state officials expect could be the largest evacuation since 2017's Hurricane Irma. For some, like Sheila Lokisano, this hurricane arrives as they're still trying to clean up from Hurricane Helene less than 2 weeks ago.
Helene was, it was a nightmare. I stayed. The whole island, all the islands around us have struggled. It's not going to be easy to leave, but I am leaving.
UNT's football team is scheduled to play in Florida this weekend, but Hurricane Milton may impact their plans. ntTV reporter Chloe Marshall is here with more on this developing story. Chloe?
Looks like the Mean Green might face a storm before they even step on the field. UNT is set to play Florida Atlantic on Saturday night. Officials with UNT are tracking Hurricane Milton as it heads towards Florida because it could affect the game. Forecasts say that Milton will weaken to a Category 3 hurricane when it makes landfall tomorrow. The storm is expected to pass through the state by Thursday. It's too early to tell if the game will be postponed or canceled, but UNT is in contact with Florida Atlantic officials and will continue to monitor the situation. As long as Milton doesn't crash the tailgate, UNT should be just fine. Well, that's all I have for you. Back at you at the desk.
Thanks, Chloe. We hope everyone stays safe from Hurricane Milton and that our football team has a safe weekend, whether they play or not.
We know they probably won't see any rain before they leave Denton, though. Our weather anchor Mauricio Ortiz Seguera is here with the first look at our forecast. Mauricio?
That's right, guys. No rain at all this week. It looks like it's going to be plenty of sun. So the UNC football team's not going to have any trouble with that on their way out of Texas. Today, it's looking pretty consistent, 79 degrees current temperature, and it feels like 79, so that's nice. And a bit of a 7-mile-per-hour wind speed from the southeast. Not too bad, but as we go on to tonight's conditions, we're going to see that it's going to get a little hotter, 85 degrees, and it's going to feel like 85. So still very consistent temperature and feels. And of course, we got the 5-mile-per-hour wind speed coming from the east-southeast area, so no worries about your hat blowing off in the middle of the night, I guess, if you're going for a walk. And of course, tomorrow's conditions, 79 again, and it'll feel like 79 with the exact same wind speed as well. So pretty consistent throughout today and tomorrow. Stay tuned for the full weather report. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Mauricio. The controversial law banning abortion in Texas will not change anytime soon, after a decision from the U.S. Supreme Court yesterday. Justices kept an order in place that says hospitals can't be required to provide abortions if they would violate the state law. The Biden administration had challenged that part of the law, saying federal law allows hospitals to terminate a pregnancy in an emergency. There has been a spike in complaints from pregnant women in medical distress who have been turned away from emergency rooms due to hospitals being unsure if standard care could violate the Texas abortion ban. This decision ensures that the Texas abortion law remains one of the most strict in the country.
New today, more than a dozen states are suing TikTok for allegedly harming children by using addictive features. The lawsuit says that the popular social media app exploits the attention of younger users with features like autoplay and endless scrolling. TikTok is also accused of exploiting children's user data. Here in Texas, Attorney General Ken Paxton filed a separate lawsuit last week saying that TikTok violated a new state law by sharing and selling younger users' personal information. A spokesperson for TikTok denied those allegations.
If you're craving a snack but don't want to leave home, you now have the option to have it delivered by a drone. The Walmart off of Highway 288 here in Denton is now providing that service. It's provided by Wing, an aviation company that started operating in DFW a little over a year ago. The company says the average flight time from stores to customers' homes clocks in just over 3 minutes. So far, more than 500 lines have been delivered, as well as enough cookies to share with an entire sold-out AT&T stadium. If your local grocery store doesn't have drone delivery yet, it could be coming soon.
Still to come, some UNT students are running into issues with their financial aid. We'll explain what's causing the problem.
And I got a behind-the-scenes look at a haunted house here in Denton. I'll show you what to expect when you and your friends head out there.
Hey UNT, the State Fair has finally arrived, so mark off your calendars, get your nicest cowboy hat, and join us here on Wednesday the 16th because we're going to be hosting 3 different live shows from the State Fair. Our 2 English shows will go live at noon and at 6 p.m., and our Spanish show will go live at 3:30. We'll be showing you some of the most iconic events as well as some behind-the-scenes action, so make sure you don't miss it. Come join us at the State Fair of Texas, where the sight, sound, and flavors of Texas come alive on October 16th.
Looking to open a free checking or savings account but don't know where to start? Check out DATQ Credit Union right here on campus. Get your Mean Green debit card instantly or apply for a DATQ Visa credit card today. Your school, your card. Plus, make deposits at their 24/7 ATM, checks or cash whenever you need it. Make sure to sign up for DATQ's online banking platform and mobile app for easy access anytime, anywhere. Visit them at www.datq.org to learn more. DATQ, the official financial institution of UNT Athletics.
The do's and don'ts of the Pole Rec Center. See that man over there? Please do not hog weights. Instead, do this. Another important part is having an attentive spotter. See, here is an example of a non-attentive spotter. Instead, do this. Now we head to the track, which should be pretty easy, just it's important to pay attention to the way the track goes. Remember to wipe down the equipment after you're done using it. The towels are provided by the gym, so it's pretty easy to wipe down the equipment when you are done. Thank you for using the Pole Recreation Center.
Thousands of students who get financial aid here at UNT have been forced to make adjustments due to a delay with FAFSA applications. Unfortunately, some of these changes left students with less money than intended. ntTV reporter Jaja Jackson has the story.
FAFSA's new updates caused a previous UNT student to have to quit and transfer to a community college due to lack of money given.
I realized I wasn't going to be able to get help from FAFSA. It all changed.
One of the new updates changed the requirements of qualifying to be an independent, which changed some students back to dependent, which reduced a lot of funds granted to them by FAFSA.
It affected me because I kind of realized where I was financially, and because this past summer I worked at a summer camp where I didn't make a lot of money. It was a great experience, but I didn't make a lot of money, and afterwards I ended up realizing that I just couldn't afford to go back to school, especially since FAFSA lowered my loans by maybe $1,000.
So Christy, the Vice President of Integrative Student Services here at UNT, was able to speak with me, but wasn't aware that some students were struggling to get funds given the lack of information given to students.
I'm not sure what changes you're referring to, but the changes that I've seen and that I'm aware of actually have made it easier for students to do a dependency override.
However, Logan was unaware of these changes he had to make, but that didn't stop him from continuing his education.
Not having that solidity from FAFSA helping out, or not having that solidity from knowing I'm going to have enough money to come back, that's, you know, like I said, that's the hard part. But I'll keep trying, keep working towards it.
There are many ways to pay for college, but you might have to take a different path in order to get there. So if you're having trouble with paying for tuition, there are many available options to find a way to keep going.
If you've been keeping up with the presidential campaign, then you know healthcare has been a big topic for the candidates. Today, Vice President Kamala Harris shared new details of her plan to expand Medicare benefits. Our segment reporter Cynthia Mendoza is here with the details. Cynthia?
That's right, Marisa. Vice President Harris appeared on The View this morning, where she shared her proposal for the first ever Medicare benefits for home health care. This plan is designed to help families afford the cost of caring for seniors at home instead of in nursing facilities. It's in line with the Vice President's campaign promising aid at helping parents and other caregivers or those in the sandwich generation, typically middle-aged adults who are caring for both their own children and their aging parents. Campaign officials say the benefits would be paid for by expanding Medicare drug prices and reducing middleman costs. Most senior citizens have to pay for long-term care and at-home health care out of pocket, and if they are even eligible. For Vice President Kamala Harris, this is also a personal issue, as it is for many of us. That's all I have. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Cynthia. It felt so nice this morning whenever I left my house.
I know, right? I just hope it stays that way. Our weather anchor Mauricio Ortiz-Seguera is here to tell us what to expect for the rest of the week.
That's right, guys. For the rest of the day, it should be around that nice, cooler temperature. And as we're looking across North Texas right now, currently it is that nice, cool temperature. We're finally seeing some of that fall weather we've all been desperately hoping for. We've got some nice 83 degrees over there in Graham. That's about as hot as it gets for this map. But as you can see, 79 degrees really all in this very center area of North Texas. So that's very nice. And of course, you come over here to Sulphur Springs, it's already 75 degrees out. Look at that, we're already getting nice and cool. But as we go across the state now, it is getting maybe a teensy bit hotter over there in Austin. But I mean, if you're not in Austin, don't worry about it, right? As we go over here, you can see Oklahoma City 78, Shreveport a nice 76, and even over there in El Paso, a nice 81 degrees. Now, as we go to our 7-day forecast, look at that. We have some pretty hot highs, mainly because it's going to be sunny throughout the entire week. So I would wear some sunscreen, wear a hat, just something to cover up anything that could potentially burn. And of course, we're going to have some pretty low lows, some of the lowest temperatures we've seen this fall season so far. We have a lot of 60, 62, 63. And the lowest we'll see is 54 next Monday. So isn't that exciting? And of course, Tuesday will be the only day in this 7-day forecast that is going to be partially cloudy with a temperature of 80 degrees and a low of 55. So it looks like Christmas / Thanksgiving / everything is finally around the corner. That's all I have for you guys today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Mauricio. If you're ready to get into the Halloween spirit, then you can start your October off right by visiting the Parker House. This haunted house knows how to bring scares and frights to Denton, and I got the chance to get a behind-the-scenes look at this attraction. Let's take a look.
If you find yourself bored on the weekend, then you can spend your time at the Parker House. The Parker House is a family-owned haunted house, with its main goal being to bring joy to everyone who visits.
It's based on a embellished true story about Mary's being part of a mortuary that kind of went awry back in the 1940s. And it's, like I said, it's based on true stories, true events that have happened in the past. So it's pretty interesting. It's a long story, but you got to read it. But we've been kind of running our storyline in conjunction with that ever since we started.
This house provides many unique experiences that you won't find anywhere else to help bring the Halloween spirit to Denton.
There's a lot of stuff to do. Like a lot of smaller haunted houses only have the house and that's it. We have like a house, a trail, a graveyard, and then we also have like zombie paintball, and eventually we are gonna have like a whole separate thing that's like clowns and the circus. So I think it's really fun that we have more than just the one little thing.
From the house to the attractions and all the work from behind the scenes, the actors, makeup artists, and crew work hard to keep the Parker house going.
I really like doing the beat up blood and bruises, gory stuff. Yeah.
Thank you. The Parker house is open every weekend and will remain terrifying guests until November 2nd. So make sure to get your tickets and don't miss out on this one-of-a-kind experience. From North Texas Television, I'm Midisa Bender.
That looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, and there are plenty of times and chances to see it before now and Halloween.
Coming up, a country music star puts on quite a show in the North Texas over the weekend. We've got an inside look at the Randy Rogers Band concert in Claiborne.
And it's never too early to hunt for holiday shopping deals. We'll explain how you can save some big bucks this week.
Months in the depths of ntTV studios. Something special is brewing just for you.
Hey ghouls and goblins, ntTV News is having a special Halloween segment this October 31st. We're also covering 31 days of Halloween in Denton. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be spooktacular.
Craving something fresh, flavorful, and made just for you? Look no further than Avesta, your go-to destination for a delicious, full-service dining experience. Dive into our customizable omelets, expertly crafted by our talented cook Jonathan, who guarantees every bite is perfection. All our dishes are handmade, prepared with only the freshest ingredients. Explore our assembly line where you can choose from any of our globally inspired dishes, or customize your plate. It's that easy. And let's not forget dessert. Indulge your sweet tooth with treats from Clark Bakery. With convenient payment methods including card or flex, it's the perfect dining spot for any occasion. Quench your thirst with our wide selection of drinks. Just hand your drinking card to our friendly waiter, and they'll bring your beverage of choice right to your table. When you're done savoring every last bite, our attentive staff will whisk away your tray. Enjoy the peaceful ambiance as you dine in, or use our takeout option for a meal on the go. Avesta.
A country star from North Texas put on quite a show in his hometown over the weekend. That city also happens to be the hometown of our segment reporter, Adriana Rivera, who's here to tell us all about it. Adriana?
Thanks, Landry. This past weekend was a blast. I finally got to go back home to Cleburne and see friends and family while attending my first ever concert.
I had the chance to go back to my hometown and visit La Moderna Field, which is home to the Cleburne Railroaders this past weekend, and enjoy an amazing concert. Here's Kay Goodell.
Yeah, the season ended a couple weeks ago and we are already planning all of the fun, exciting elements for theme nights, giveaways, and promos for next season. So there is so many things to look forward to. This is the first concert of many and we're excited to see all the new things we do.
People all throughout Texas came out and attended to watch the Randy Rogers Band perform and had an amazing time. They came out to have fun, buy merch, spend time with friends and family, and just enjoy life together. I interviewed Toby Craw and Trip Scott, and to say the least, they were excited.
Yes, ma'am, this is going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm pumped up. This is going to be awesome.
The time had finally come, and the Randy Rogers Band did not disappoint. They came out and put out an amazing show for their community, and the fans loved it. Here's what Sierra Garza had to say.
My favorite thing about working here is just engaging with the fans and the crowd, and we become like a family here, so we're all together all the time.
Now here is Kay Goodell.
The Railroaders mean so much more. They mean community, they mean family, they mean fun. It's my favorite place to be. If I'm not at the ballpark, it's rare.
The night was full of appreciation and thanks from the facility all the way to the community. Even Randy Rogers had a few people he wanted to thank. Here's what he said.
Ministers, everybody that guided me in my youth, thank you so much. I couldn't have done this without Cleveland, Texas. I'm so proud to call it home.
Overall, the Cleveland community had an amazing time this past weekend with friends and family, and they will forever cherish their memories together. The Cleveland Railroaders are looking forward to hosting more events, more concerts, and even more baseball games during the summer. So if that's something that interests you, be sure to stop by La Moderna Field. Here's Kay Goodell one last time.
The fan experience, the things that we get to put on for fans is always so much fun, and just interacting with the crowd is one of my favorite parts of my day-to-day.
And with that, the 2024 season comes to an end. With ntTV, I'm Adriana Rivera.
The Cleveland Railroaders are planning on having fun community events in the near future, so if you are ever in the area, be sure to drop by and check out their facility. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Adriana. If you're looking to save some money, there are some great chances to find deals online this week. Amazon has brought back its Prime Big Deal Days. The 48-hour sales event offers Prime members exclusive access to deals in several popular categories. That includes deep discounts on products like top brands like Dyson, Lego, and Bose. This is the third time Amazon has hosted a Prime Day style event during the fall. It ends tomorrow night.
You know something else I wish they would bring back? Baseball here at UNT.
I agree. It would be a great addition to our school. Our sports anchor Christian Bursuch is here to tell us about a plan to bring a baseball team back, as well as more sports news. Christian?
Thanks, guys. With the MLB playoffs in full effect, have you ever stopped and wondered why there's no baseball team here at UNT? I've got an update on the return of UNT baseball and the results of Sunday's Cowboy game after the break.
Hey Alex, this guy on the internet says he wants to give me money.
That sounds suspicious.
What do you mean?
Typically, strangers who promise you money on the internet have their own best interest in mind. They often use bounced checks, which will disappear shortly after depositing, but not before they've asked for some money in return.
So he doesn't really want to spoil me?
No.
Well, then what should I do?
The best way to handle it is to block and report the suspicious message, or even consult local law enforcement if you've already fallen victim.
So I guess we aren't going to Key West for spring break.
No.
All right, look up here. 1, 2, 3. Mom, Dad, I got it.
You're right, Mom. I have.
Has this ever happened to you?
My bike! My bike is gone!
Stolen bikes are an epidemic sweeping college campuses across America.
What am I supposed to do?
It's quite simple. The We Mean Green Fund has partnered with the UNT Police Department to offer free bike locks to any UNT student with a bike. Just show up with your bike in tow and ask.
Now I'll never lose my bike ever again.
Enough worrying. Get your bike lock today.
Despite having a competitive softball team, UNT has been inactive on the baseball field for almost 40 years. This past weekend, I met with Mean Green Baseball Project and learned about the plan to bring baseball back to North Texas. Despite not having an official baseball team since 1988, there is hope for the return of baseball at North Texas. The Mean Green Baseball Project is working hard with the university to bring baseball back to UNT. President of the project, Kevin McKinney, told me the reason that there is no team at UNT.
We've had conversations with the athletic department, Jared Mosley, and we've been assured by him and Connor Smith with the athletic department that baseball will be the next men's sport added. However, at this time, they don't have enough housing for the current student athletes, and they're trying to renovate and remodel the athletic center at the end of the end zone. We were hoping that there would be enough money raised and they would start that program at the end of the 2025 season. We're not sure if that's going to happen yet, and according to Connor and Jared, that until they have enough room to house, educate, train, and feed their current student athletes, there's not going to be a baseball program.
Although we don't have an official baseball team at the moment, we do have a competitive club team. I spoke to club member Garrison Tate about our club baseball team and what the experience is like.
Yeah, a lot of random people that have come together with baseball. It's not like a clique, and there isn't a sort of one friend group. It is just a lot of people that have come to play baseball because they love playing baseball. And I guess there is a big fraternity representation, but other than that, yeah, we're just a bunch of guys who like playing baseball.
To show your support, check out our UNT Club Baseball team at UNT Club Baseball on Instagram, and check out meangreenbaseball.com for updates on the return of the official UNT team. Both the Mean Green Baseball Project and our UNT Club Baseball team have a clear message for the university. Bring it back. From North Texas Television, I'm Christian Bursach. You can become involved by supporting UNT Club Baseball when they face off against Arkansas at Mack Park in Denton on October 26th. Mean Green football had the weekend off while the Cowboys went to battle in Pittsburgh. Despite turning the ball over 3 times on offense, the Cowboys defense held strong, only allowing 17 points as the Cowboys narrowly won 20-17. Dallas will try to win their 3rd straight game this Sunday when the Detroit Lions come to Arlington. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Christian. Well, Christmas is still more than 2 months away, but if you're already planning for the holiday season, you'll soon have some help from an unexpected source. Spirit Halloween is set to open 10 Spirit Christmas stores later this fall. They will have Christmas-themed decorations, inflatables, and gifts. Customers can also wander through a life-size gingerbread village and take photos with Santa Claus. Unfortunately, we won't be able to see one around here. These stores are opening in the northeastern U.S.
Dang, I really wish we had one of those stores opening around here.
I know, I was really looking forward to that life-size gingerbread house.
Thank you for watching ntTV News at noon.
Join us again tonight at 6 and tomorrow at noon here on North Texas Television.